I can't tell. No, I don't. I don't see her.
Just close one.
Hi students, thank you for joining. We're just waiting for the coordinator. She should be here in just a moment. We're waiting for more students to log on. Thank you.
Record. In progress.
Good afternoon, students. We're just gonna let everyone have a couple more minutes to make sure they get logged in. Sorry about that noise. If you can, hold 1 second. Sorry guys, there's a lot of stuff going on here at the district getting ready for the new year. So if you can, please, while we wait for everyone else to join us, is to go ahead and start in the chat box listing your full name and your high school. You can just put, like, for Riverside, RHS, or Isleta, YHS, just so that we can make sure that we give you proper credit for attending today. Okay, and we'll get started in just a few minutes.
Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
Please, Mike. Why'd you make mine so tiny and everyone else so big?
Oh, wait, crap.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for entering your name and high school in the chat box, just to make sure that we take note of your attendance today. So my name is Liz. Let me go ahead and change that real quick. Rename Elizabeth Dodd, but you can call me Liz, and I'm the coordinator here at the Sled Education Foundation. And we have Miss Megan Salazar, the YEF secretary, with us as well, who is the one who actually will be in touch with all of you as you submit your documents and information requesting your funding for the scholarship. So congratulations, number one, to all of you for getting a YEF scholarship. We had over 500 something, almost 600 applications submitted, and only 139 students were awarded. So we have the majority of you here attending with us today. Thank you for taking the time to join us. And this should only take about 20-30 minutes. A quick presentation on how you can request your funds, what documents we need, what you can use your money for, etc., what the rules and guidelines are. And so, but if you have any questions, just let us know. You can unmute, you can interrupt me, not a problem, because we want to make sure that you understand how this works, and so that we can get this money to you as quickly as possible for what you need it for your college. Okay. So, and I am also going to be flipping back and forth between the presentation and some other things that I want to show you. So just bear with me as I do that. Okay, so to start off, we'll start with the presentation. Marcella Van Hoove is our board president, but unfortunately she was occupied today and was not able to join us. But she's also someone that you can reach out to if needed. And then I already introduced Megan and myself. And if you're just joining us, please go ahead and type in the chat box your name and high school so that we can make sure that you get credit for joining us today. The forms that we're going to go over were emailed to you last week. If you need that email sent to you again, just let us know and we can do that. But there's also some forms that you can download from the YEF website that I'll be showing you in just a few minutes. So to stay connected with us, because we want to make sure that you're doing well, that you're progressing in your college, and of course, once you graduate from university, please let us know, stay in touch with us, because we want to celebrate with you and have our donors who provided all of this funding to us to celebrate with you as well. So you can stay in touch with us. We have a Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, and then we have our YEF website where you can also pull some additional information as you need. And I'll go ahead and show that to you now if you haven't had a chance to look at it before. So this is the YEF website. We have also, what I wanted to show you is you all are listed here for our 2021 YEF recipients. So if you want to see your name, you can also check it out there. But under the tab Applications and Forms is where you'll see you can download this presentation in case you ever need to refer back to it. You have a question, you didn't remember something, you can always download this presentation here and take a look at it, okay? And the scholarship disbursement form, this is pretty much your cover letter, your cover sheet for every time you want to request funds for your scholarship, from your scholarship, okay? And so if you ever, like if you lose that email we sent you, you don't know, you need another form, you can download it here from our website. And one other thing we wanted to show you as we're getting ready for the next class of YEF recipients, we also posted this information here because the district also has a scholarship page. I know that you all are no longer high school students, you're now college freshmen, but many of these scholarships that the district advertises, and I work on this website, I just started adding some new scholarship opportunities for our students for the new school year. So I have some for July. I just added some for August. Some of these are open to current college freshmen. So I encourage you to continue applying for scholarships. I know you may have your financial aid, you have the YEF scholarship, but it may not cover everything. So please, please keep looking for other scholarships that you can apply for. And I update that information weekly almost. And so I'll be adding more and more scholarships as we find them on that site. Okay. So the first form we're going to go over is your biography form. This is some information to share with us on your most updated contact information, because like, for example, your district email address probably no longer works. And so we need your most updated email, your cell phone number, contact information, like an emergency contact person. And of course, let us know, where are you going? What college are you attending? What major do you plan to pursue? Your expected graduation date from college, because maybe some of you did dual credit, or like the Valle Verde students, you may not take 4 years to graduate, it may be less. And so that way we have an idea of how long you will need this scholarship. Of course, the award that you received, whether it was 2,000, 1,000, whatever the amount was, is a one-time award, but you can use that piece by piece. If you need the full amount all at one time, that's perfectly fine too. But if you are a student that gets financial aid and maybe has other scholarships, you can kind of save this money for when you really, really need it. And we'll go over some more of that in just a minute. The biography form also has a thank you note section, because of course the YEF board works really hard every year fundraising for this money that you received. And we're starting again with our fundraising events. And so we use these thank you notes to send them to donors or potential donors so that we can raise money again. This year, YEF has been doing this for 29 years, and this will be our 30th year coming up, and we want to be able to continue to award scholarships to students like yourselves each and every year for those that are graduating from Isleta School District. So we need those thank you notes from you all so that we can use them. We post them on our website, we post them in newsletters, we post them on our social media, etc. And so that really, really helps us in fundraising money. So we could, I could write a thank you note to these donors, but it's not as impactful when it comes directly from you guys. So please write a thank you note for us on that biography form. So I'm going to switch now so we can take a look at those forms that I was talking about, so we can all be on the same page. So your biography form is this form right here. So you would go ahead and enter your information, the college you're attending, your current year if is freshman, if you don't have any dual credit. If you have some dual credit, maybe you're a sophomore. If you're a Valle Verde student, maybe you're a junior. So let us know what level you're at in college right now, your expected graduation date, and then of course some contact information, and your thank you note would go right here. If this is not enough space, go ahead and feel free to type that out in a Word document or something, and just attach it when you send it back to us. And what I also wanted to go over is these thank you note guidelines, because many students will ask us, well, I don't know what to write in the thank you note. And so here are some like tips, some questions, some things you might want to include. For example, what university are you attending? What are you going to major in? Are you the first in your family to attend college? Are you working part-time or full-time? Hopefully not full-time, because you need to concentrate on school, but hopefully just part-time. How has a scholarship helped you, etc. And just a little guide on how to write out your thank you note. Okay, hopefully that helps you. So let me go back to the presentation. So the process to request funds will include a disbursement form, the one that I had shown you earlier. That is like your cover sheet, where you put your information, how much funding you're planning on requesting, and what you want to use it for. Our donors want to make sure that you all are using your funds specifically for college expenses. So there are only certain things that you can use it for. And we track that, because if we get audited, we want to make sure we have our backup, our documentation, that every penny was used towards college expenses. All of the forms that we request from you can be emailed to us at yef@yisd.net, or you can drop it off in person in our office. We are located here at the central office building for the district on the corner of McCrae and Sims. There's only two of us, Megan and I, and so we're both part-timers, and so we're not always here. So please, if you can, just give us a call, make sure we're here so that you can drop off your forms when you're ready. And the process, once you request your money, please give us about 2 weeks to turn that around, get the checks printed, get it approved, get them signed, and then we'll get them out to you as soon as we can. So just be aware of that, because as you're looking for, if you need this money for tuition and your tuition deadline date is August 19th, you need a check by then. So go back 2 weeks and make sure you submit all your forms and everything to us, 2 weeks before you need it. So your scholarship funds, you are allowed to use the money that you received for these things, specifically for tuition, for books, for housing if you're going to be living in dorms, for travel if you're going away to college, and computer equipments like computers, laptops, iPads, tablets, printers, things like that you might need to help you with your schoolwork, and other items as approved. So those other items, we've had students, for example, we had an art student. She was out, oh my gosh, where was she? Like in New Hampshire or somewhere, attending an art school, and she needed these really expensive and special paintbrushes and different art tools and things, and they were over like $300. So if you have items like that specific to your major, specific to your class, if you can provide us like with a copy of the syllabus that the professor gives you and it's listed as a required item, maybe like lab coats, maybe, I don't know, what else have we had, Megan? I can't think of other things, but we've had all kinds of things, nursing uniforms, things like that. We can definitely ask the YEF board for an approval on items such as that, okay? So there are deadlines specific on how you can use a scholarship. So we need at least some of the funds to be used within 2 years. Okay, so if you are, for example, planning on attending a community college or somewhere else for 2 years, or taking a break, you have 2 years to start using your scholarship, to activate your scholarship. That just lets us know that, oh yes, this student is attending college, so we are going to save this money for them. The initial request does not have to be for the full amount, okay? Say you're covered with financial aid for the fall and spring, but you want to attend summer classes, you want to attend one class, then you can use a partial, to cover your tuition for that. Or your tuition is covered, but you need books. Then, how much are your books going to be? We'll get you the funding for your books. So just know that you don't have to use it all at one time. And once it's activated, once you start using it, then you have that remaining balance, and you have 3 years after that to go ahead and start using it. So we want to give you that flexibility, because other, scholarships and maybe other, financial aid awards don't give you that flexibility. And so we want you to use this as, some money you have saved, like in a another bank that you can tap into when you need it. Okay, so you can work with your parents, figure out what awards you are getting, and see, okay, where can the YEF scholarship help me this year? If you don't need it this year, that's perfectly fine. We can wait till next, till the summer or the following year. We even had students that didn't use it till their graduate school. Okay, so because in graduate school you don't get any financial aid, so stuff like that. So, but you do have to start using it, at least within 2 years, so we can save it for the next 3. So you have a total of 5 years to use the scholarship. There are some eligibility requirements for this scholarship from YEF. You must be enrolled in a 4-year accredited college or university. Okay, that is where you are allowed to use the funds. And not this semester, your first semester in college, but your second semester and future semesters, you do have to maintain at least a 2.0 GPA. That is a cumulative overall average GPA, okay? So as long as you meet these 2 criteria, you can use the scholarship funds for your college expenses. Some additional documents that are required. The documents that are required is the disbursement form that we discussed. We will also need a copy of your class schedule, just so that we can,
Miss, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
If we're taking summer courses right now, say at EPCC, could we use some of this money to pay for it?
Since EPCC is not a 4-year university, unfortunately, no. Okay, because that is one of the requirements that you use it for a 4-year college. EPCC is a 2-year, and so we would just have to wait until you are transfer or you register. That's why we give you those 2 years, that flexibility. If it's just this semester you're taking EPCC classes, you start in the fall at a 4-year, then you can start using it. If you want to get an associate's degree first and then transfer to a 4-year, you've got 2 years, so you can use a scholarship. So I'm sorry, unfortunately, no, you cannot use it at EPCC, but once you're ready to transfer to a 4-year, then you can start using it, okay? So we would need a copy of your class schedule, a copy of your tuition statement. All of the different colleges we've worked with call this something else, something different. So it's either a statement or an invoice or a bill, wherever your charges are of how much your tuition is going to be, all the fees that they charge you. We just need a copy of that. Okay, especially if you're going to use the scholarship for tuition, we just need to see the balance of how much that you owe. Okay. We will also need a copy of your transcript. Not the first semester that you attend college because you don't have a GPA yet, but after your first semester, then we'll need a transcript. And all of these documents can be unofficial documents, okay? I know like at UTEP, they have a My UTEP account. You log into your university account, and from there, you should be able to find, print a copy of your schedule or your tuition statement and your transcript. You don't have to print it, okay? If you can email everything to us. So just, if you don't have access to a printer, it's fine. Just save your documents as a PDF file, or separate files. We get them separately. That's perfectly fine. And then put them in an email and email everything to us. They don't have to be official. As long as your name is listed, like on your schedule and your transcript, we just want to make sure it's yours. Make sure that your name and your university ID number is listed there. You may need to provide us with some receipts. So for example, if you want to purchase a computer, a laptop, and you went out and bought the laptop, and so attach a copy of your receipt of the purchase of the laptop so we can see how much you paid, and that is what we will reimburse to you. If you need the scholarship to purchase your laptop, then what you all can do, laptop, books, whatever it is you want to purchase, add it to your cart, whatever you want to get. If it's an Apple computer or something from Best Buy, add it to your cart, print that out or save it, as a PDF so we can see what the total amount is that you need to purchase that item. Attach that to all of these documents and email it to us. And that way we can see, oh, for this computer, the student needs this much money. So we'll give you, you know, hopefully you're not using all of your money on a computer, but you know, they cost around what, $600-800. Some nicer ones may cost a little bit more. So depending on what you want, it's up to you. You all decide what you need for your major, for your school, what, you know, what computer you need, and you can use these funds for that. But whether you purchase it before or after, just give us those copies of the receipts, because if we give you funds for a laptop or books, we do expect a receipt back fairly quickly, because we do need proof that you use the funds that we gave you for what you said you were going to use it for. Okay. And then sometimes, say you wanted to buy books and you gave us your cart, you know, of how much everything was going to be. We gave you the money, but you know, you found it somewhere else cheaper, or they was on sale, so you didn't need the whole amount. Purchase what you need, and then what's left over, you return to us, and we can put it back in your account, and so you can use it for later. Okay, because everything, I swear, we have to account for every penny, so that the donors know that we are using the funds for specifically for college expenses. Okay.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt you real quick?
Yes, of course.
So can we ask for the whole money, like, let's say right now?
Yes, but we need to know what it's going to be used for specifically. So if you're going to use it for tuition, say your financial aid doesn't cover your full tuition, you have a balance of I don't know, $1,000, and your scholarship was for $1,000, then we would make the check out to your university and send it to them directly, and you would use the whole thing. So if you want to use, depending on what you want to use it for, you may have to submit different or separate disbursement requests, because say you want to use some for tuition, and that check's going to be made payable to the college. So we send it to them. And but you also want to use some for a computer, so we would need a separate disbursement request, because that money is going to go to you. Okay, so depending what you're going to use it for, how you're going to split it up, or if it's all going to one thing, then just one disbursement request. If you need separate things, then for each request we would need all of these documents, the disbursement form, all of that stuff. Okay.
Okay, and if we do that, do we still need to send our next semester grades?
Once you complete using the funds, then no, we won't expect anything back from you. Okay, only when you're requesting the funds do we need to make sure you're enrolled at a 4-year, you have the 2.0 GPA. So because some students may use it up all at one time, one semester, you're done. If it takes you 2-3 years to finish up that money, then we want to continue checking that you're still enrolled at a 4-year university and you have the 2.0 GPA. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Good question.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll be attending UTEP in the next semester, but right now, like I think like Stefan, we have the same thing. We're taking summer classes right now, and is it possible to receive the money once I go into UTEP and I say that I'm trying to pay off tuition for the summer classes that I took in EPCC? Will that money be sent to me or no, because it was a 2-year college?
Right. I think what we would be able to do is when you submit your documents, the documents need to be UTEP class schedule, UTEP tuition statement, UTEP enrollment. We reimburse you for your books. We reimburse you for your tuition if you pay it out of pocket, things like that. And whatever you decide to do with that money after that, that's up to you.
Yes, because I am putting myself as UTEP and everything, but I'm thinking like, since I have some money owed due because I'm paying out of pocket right now for the summer, is that possible? Yes, it is. It would be possible to do that.
as long as the forms and documents you're submitting are UTEP, the money that we're giving you is for UTEP tuition. The money that we're giving you is for your books, reimbursing you for your books, things like that. We reimburse you after whatever you decide to do with it after that, that's up to you. But we don't need to know what you plan to do with it after that.
Alrighty, thank you.
Okay, I hope that answers your question. Okay, but the forms that, all these forms that we're asking you for just have to match. Everything has to be at a four-year university, and your ID number has to match, your university ID number has to match the documents that you're submitting to us. And so we just have to be very careful that we're meeting all of the requirements. Just because if we're audited or something, you know, we don't want anyone getting in trouble or losing their scholarship funds. And some other forms that I wanted to discuss are the university records release form and the photo information release form. And so like someone was asking if we needed transcripts after that, after you finish using the scholarship. We don't, because we're going to, you know, if you give us permission and sign these release forms, we're going to go directly to your college and request updates on how you did. You know, when did you graduate? Did you continue on to master's? Did you transfer to like a doctoral program or something like that? So if you provide us with this release form, then we don't have to bug you as much, and we'll go directly to the university and get updates on how you did. That does help our scholarship program tremendously, because we can go back to donors and say, you know, 80% of our students that we've awarded attended a four-year university. We've had, you know, so many hundreds of students that earned a bachelor's degree, etc. So in the 29 years of YEF's existence, we've helped over 1,700 students. And so that's a lot to track. And so that way we go directly to the university. We also have this last form, a release form of your photo. We are requesting a photo and information, release information, because if you tell us that you're graduating from college and we want to celebrate with you, and we'll post your photo and, you know, congratulate you on your success. And so this release form is just to allow us to do that, to use your photo, to release information about you, and all we're releasing is really, you know, so-and-so student graduated from Isleta High School and is now earning their bachelor's degree and such, you know, because we're proud of you and we want to celebrate that with you. So that's what that form is that we are requesting. That's what it's for. And let me go back to the presentation. Okay, we went over all that. And so, of course, you know, start gathering these documents, start filling out these forms, get copies of your class schedule, your tuition statement. I heard from some students at UTEP that they already sent those out to you, those bills. So hopefully you have that already from your colleges, and start getting everything together and turn it into us. Because again, we need at least 2 weeks to get all of that process looked at. Megan's printing all kinds of forms all day. She's been printing stuff. Students have been turning in things already. And so we just want to make sure we keep up, and the sooner you can submit all that stuff to us, the sooner we can start working on it and get that scholarship money back to you all. Okay. So contact us if you have any questions. Again, my name is Liz, and Megan is our secretary. We are located in the YISD Central Office building on the first floor. If you all remember, I know it may have been some time since COVID that you've been here, but we're in the theater lobby area in the back corner. And this is our number. We have 2 numbers you can reach us at, or via email at yef@yisd.net. Okay, so basically that we're done with the workshop, with the presentation. If y'all need to go, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time, and please let us know if you have any specific questions on how you want to use this money. let us know and we can kind of help you figure that out, or how it's going to work, or who should I make it payable to, things like that. Did we go over the disbursement form? I don't remember. I don't think we did. Let me do that real quick. I'm so sorry. This is the third one we've done already, and so I'm forgetting what I was doing. The disbursement form. Okay. So we mentioned it, but I didn't go through it. So here you would list your information, the college you're attending, your university ID number would go here, your mailing address, because we do mail the checks back to you, okay? Even if it's made out to the university, we send it to you because you then need to find out where does it go. You know, universities have all kinds of different departments. We don't want to just send it out there and it's going to get lost for weeks because it's happened before. So that way you can find out, you know, or you can hand deliver it to the right department it needs to go to. The scholarship you are awarded, the year, of course, 2021, the amount, the specific amount that you want to request would go here. And then payable to, that depends on what you want to use it for. So if it's tuition that you owe still, it would be made out to that university. If it's tuition that you paid out of pocket, you gave us a receipt, then we're going to reimburse you. Okay. Or if your mom and dad want the check, we can reimburse them. Okay. You can make it payable to them. And then you would just check off here what you're using it for. If it's tuition, if it's books, housing, travel, you know, computer equipment stuff, or other. So that those special things you might need. And then here it lists some additional information on how you can use that. So for housing, you know, we will need a copy of the lease agreement. We need to know how much you're paying each month so we can figure out how much you need, you know, this year, this semester. For travel, we do help students with the airlines, the flights. If you drive to your school, you know, it has to be at least 200 miles away from your home in order to use the travel funds. But we can reimburse you for mileage and things like that if you are driving away, you know, to school, computer equipment and the other items. So just make sure you review this information here, sign and date, and then email that to us with all of your other documents. Okay. Sorry about that. I forgot to do that. But if you have any questions, Megan and I will stick around for a little bit so that we can answer them. You can unmute yourselves or put it in the chat and we can help you out. Otherwise, have a great day. Take care. Congratulations on your new starting your new chapter of your life as a college student, and we're just here to support you guys, and let us know if you have any questions.
I have a question. Wait, can
Yeah.
you hear me? Okay. So I'm attending UTEP in the spring semester, and I'm on that's when I'm starting. And I just wanted to know, since I am attending a 4-year, but I'm starting a semester later, would I still be able to use my funds that I have?
Yes, absolutely. Remember, you have 2 years to start using your scholarship. So definitely the spring semester is fine. We just wouldn't need a transcript because you haven't established a college GPA yet. But we would just need your class schedule and your tuition statement and your disbursement form, and then whatever you want to use it for. But yes, absolutely, you can.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Sorry, I have another question.
Yes.
So for housing, does it have to be on campus?
No, it does not. We've had students that rent apartments, or even students here that attend here at UTEP that need help. They may not be able to live, you know, at home with parents or their guardians. And so as long as we get your housing lease agreement and your name is on there and we know how much you're paying, and that we get receipts of the rent that you paid, then we can work with that.
Okay, and then another question. So I'm going to UT Austin. So obviously like I will be leaving. Can I ask for the check to my name so that I can take it with me? Cause I'm not like gonna be coming back and forth. Does that make sense?
Right, yes, and you can definitely take it with you, but if it's going to be used for housing, then the check would be made out to the housing company, the apartments, the dorms, whatever it's called. We would make the check out to them, but we would give it to you and you can take it to them.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mhm. And of course, that's as long as we get your documents and everything before you leave. And 2 weeks before you leave, please.
I have a question.
Yes?
So let's say I request a certain amount of money for my scholarship and I use only some of it. What happens then, like to the rest?
Yes, the rest will be held here. As long as you activate it, start using the scholarship within 2 years, then we will hold the rest of it for an additional 3 years. So
Okay.
years total. We'll hold it for you here until you're ready to use it.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. You're welcome.
I have a question.
Yes?
Okay, so I already bought my flight tickets, and I was wondering if I can just send like let's say like a receipt of them so I can get the money reimbursed.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. We want to definitely reimburse you for that. So you would submit your disbursement form, a copy of your class schedule, your tuition statement, check off travel on that disbursement form, and then just attach a copy of that receipt. And in the requested amount, you just want to make sure that the total of your receipt matches that requested amount that you're requesting. Okay.
Okay, but what if like I don't get my schedule until like August 20 something, more than likely.
Because you haven't registered for classes yet?
Right, because the deadline to register is the 26th of August for courses.
Okay. I'm sorry, we'll just have to wait until you're registered. We do have to confirm that you are enrolled at a four-year university first.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll still be able to do it, but we'll just have to wait until we have all of those documents.
Hi, I have a question.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So all the documents that you're saying are required, are they found on the YEF website?
The one document, the disbursement form, is located on the YEF website. The other documents we email to you, the biography form, the release forms, and then the documents that we need from your university, you can get from your university account when you log in with them. Then you can pull a copy of your class schedule, your tuition statement, and maybe they emailed it to you. All of the colleges do it differently, so it just depends.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
No, you don't. I can email it to you. What's your email address?
Good afternoon. I have a quick question.
Yes.
Well, two quick questions. So earlier you said that we have to address the thank you note to a particular person. Where can we find out who we have to?
If you received your award packet, your award letter, it should say what scholarship you received. If it was a community service scholarship or academic scholarship or the Overcoming Life Challenges scholarship, you can just make that a general, like dear donor or dear YEF donors, something like that. If you received a named scholarship, like it was, we got money from GCU, from Allstate, from Walmart, then you could say dear Allstate Foundation or dear GECU Foundation, depending on who your specific donor is.
Okay. And then for my second question, can I use the funds towards parking, like to pay for parking? Because you know how we have to pay like $300-400.
We've done that before, so that's perfectly fine. You would just mark other on your disbursement form. We understand and know that those parking permits can get pretty pricey. So that is something that you can request. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Thank you.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
So, I'm one of those few students who've already submitted all of their documentations, and the only thing that was required was for me to attend the Zoom meeting. So I plan on using my scholarship funds to buy computer equipment. So, you said to just send a screenshot of the cart total, right? And then from there, I'll get the check received, right?
That's correct. Yes, because depending on where you're buying it from, like if it's Apple or Best Buy, you know how you can pick the computer you want, you move it to your cart, or you can, or not even in your cart, you can just print out, the informational page about the computer and how much it's going to cost. And the thing is, if you move it to your cart, it'll include the tax, and that way we can help you with the tax as well. If you don't, then we're not going to estimate the tax. We have to make sure that the documents you provide and the money that we give you matches everything. So if you do put it in your cart, I think it includes a tax sometimes. So that way we can help you with that too. And then under the amount requested, you would just match it to that information on the cart total. Does that help answer the question?
Okay, yes, because what I had done is I had put it in my cart and I didn't put the exact amount on the disbursement form. So would I have to go in there and fill it in again?
Yes, please go ahead and redo the disbursement form and make sure everything matches the totals, and go ahead and resubmit that so we can start working on it.
Apart from just the amount on the disbursement form, all other documentation would be accounted for, correct?
That's what Megan is gonna start reviewing. And so if there's anything that's missing or that we're pending, she will email you right back and let you know, so that we can get it completed. Okay, and everyone, I have to leave to another meeting, but Megan will stick around if you still have questions. Okay, thanks everybody.
I have a question. Is it possible to use the scholarship to pay the tuition early and then like have financial aid left over?
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Yes.
Sorry, can
Can we use the scholarship money to pay part of the tuition? That way we have some financial aid left over?
Yeah, you don't have to use all of your scholarship for your full tuition. It's really up to you how much you want to use it for. You still have a balance, so you don't have to use it for all of it.
Oh, okay, but like let's say for example, I need to pay 5,000 and I use the like complete 2,000 of the scholarship for my tuition, and then once financial aid comes over, can they like pay the what's left of the 3,000 that I need to pay, and then that way there's some left over for financial aid?
So you're saying if financial pays a portion and then your scholarship pays the rest?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that if that's what you want to do. Yeah, we just need the full amount of whatever you're requesting has to show what's due on your tuition statement. So let's say your tuition statement says you owe $2,000, and you don't have to request the 2,000. You can request 1,000, 500. It's up to you, as long as it matches the amount that's on your tuition statement. So if financial aid already pays, like let's say they pay everything, you don't have a balance, then you won't be able to request your scholarship. We have to show at least the amount that you're requesting on your tuition statement.
Oh, okay, so if financial aid like already covers all of it, then we can't request
Right.
it.
You wouldn't be
Oh,
able to use it for that. You can use it for books or something else, but not for tuition.
oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes,
so if I were to use my scholarship money for housing, would I have to use a little bit of it, or can I use all of it?
It's up to you. It just depends. So like with housing, we do request a lease agreement, like Ms. Dodd explained. we do need, is it going to be for on campus or off campus?
On campus.
Okay, so if it's on campus, usually a statement that shows your housing, as long as we can see what is exactly paying that you need for that housing. If you want to be reimbursed for yourself, we would just need a receipt.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Any other questions?
I have a question about when the other paperwork is due.
The paperwork that I emailed to you,
Yeah.
that paperwork I need ASAP. So if you can send that to me even before you're going to request your money, I do need that for your file.
Okay. Thank you. So it's there's no specific date, just as soon as possible.
Yeah, as soon as possible. I print.
I think she got disconnected. I don't think it was you because I couldn't hear her either.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys, I lost the connection. Was there any other questions?
Besides that one, I was wondering because
Hold on just a minute. Hold on, I can't hear you guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, now I hear you. I'm sorry. Did you have any more questions?
Oh, I was wondering for the scholarship, if I know my scholarship as academic scholarship, is that what I need to write down in the paperwork? Academic scholarship?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's all the questions I had. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Hi. I recently had to purchase a math assessment for UT Austin. So for the receipt, could it be a screenshot of like the receipt, or does it have to be like an official confirmation email?
No, it could be a screenshot. The only thing that we ask is if it could have your name, more detailed information. If it shows like how much you paid, we need to see like maybe a format of payment, so we know that it was the payment went through, and it was since we have to show proof of everything, we ask that you do that. If there's anything that I need when you send it to me, I will email you and let you know what it is that I need, or I'll call you. But you can do screenshots. I do ask that if you can maybe try to, like for your other documents, like your statement, your schedule, if you can format into a PDF and then email it to me that way.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I have a quick question, actually. So I'm not gonna use the money yet. Do I have to fill out any documentation now, or just wait until I use the money?
You don't have to use it now. What I do need is just those mandatory forms that I emailed to you, and a photo of yourself. That's about it that I need right now. Once you're ready to request your funds, then I do need the disbursement form along with those other required documents. So right now, all I need is just those forms that I emailed to you. The YEF 2020 disbursement form, that's the form that you're going to be sending with your other your school forms. So that one you can go ahead and hold on to until you're ready to request your money.
Thank you.
You're welcome.